How you doing? My name is Erik Khan. I represent ErikKhan.org. Today is October 30th. It's 7:50 p.m. I just left the Wake Up Tour, sponsored by Ilyasa Shabazz, the daughter of Malcolm X. Those and my uncle spoke tonight. I was asked to come up and give a couple of words. I came up and touched on the topic of how young kids wear their pants off their butts and everything, and we went through a couple of things, but right now I want to kind of emphasize on the women that are getting pregnant and the young girls, the women that are young that are actually raising the generation, then the next generation, then the next generation. Because what has happened in the last, I would say 20 years, a lot of young women have had children by men who don't take on the responsibility of their children and really had no intentions from the get-go to take on the responsibility of their children. And then they're stuck holding the bag, the baby, with no father. I see young women walking up down the block all the time, and it seems like they're getting younger and younger. There's nothing happening to stop this, and I believe one of the reasons why the women are looking towards having babies is one of the reasons why it's a mistake. The women are not protecting themselves, and the men are not protecting themselves. And next you know, the woman's pregnant. One of the problems that we're having because of the situation is the women who are getting pregnant really don't know about society themselves. They don't know what it is to be a woman. They have no clue of what's going to happen to their lives once they're pregnant. And it's really a shame because they probably had no clue of what would have happened to their life if they had not gotten pregnant. It's like, did you know where you was going anyway before you got pregnant? And, it's like we have to start grabbing the young women just like the young guys at the age of, I would say, possibly 12 years old. When we do start the organization and we have our own building, we have to grab the kids at the age of 12 years old, because at 12, 13, 14, 15, that's like the crucial time for us to show these kids that you have to think. You have to know how to do the math for situations in life, because today life is different than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's nothing like it was then. Today is, you have to keep up with what's going on. You have to give everything your best. You have to give everything 150%. Anything less than that, you're going to fail in life. And in 15, 20 years, there's going to be two types of people. You're going to have rich, you're going to have poor. The young women today are having babies, and what they're doing is they're getting themselves set up on programs. Section 8, Shelter Plus, welfare, DSS, these programs that the government are putting out to keep these women confined. Most of them are not continuing to finish their schooling, education, and we have to be there to try to help them get a balance on their life so they can have the children in daycare and they can have a job and also work. It has to be a lot of sacrifice done in order to make this happen with the women who have the babies and possibly their parents, because we have to get the parents involved too, because we can't have the children come to the program, be involved with our program, and we say one thing and then they go home and it's something totally different. So the parents will have to get involved too with trying to teach these children how to think. I emphasize on thinking. You have to know how to think in order to figure out the solution to problems. You got to know how to sit back and take a breather and relax and understand. The women who are putting out the children, once they get into these programs, they get caught up. These programs are set up to help you progress. But a lot of people say that the powers that be have these programs to set up to keep you confined. And I myself kind of lean towards that a little bit, but it doesn't matter to me about what they have for us, because it's what we want for ourselves that will get us what we need in life. These women with these babies, once they get caught up in these programs, what happens is 10 years they're still on the program, and they have reasons why they don't want to get off the program, or their reason is, I can't wait to get off this program, but they never do anything to try to get off this program. And what happens is we have another generation of mothers on these programs. We have another generation of youth coming up under these young mothers who, because they're confined in these circles, they never really get the education they need. They never get the fundamentals for life that they need. They never get what they need to get out of this circle. And their children become a part of this circle, and it's an ongoing cycle. But today, the children are murdering each other senselessly. They're killing each other for no reason at all, for colors. Because you're not repping your color. Like, they don't even know what they're talking about, to be honest with you. A lot of people keep saying, yeah, they're accepted in the gangs. They're accepted in the gangs because they choose to put themselves in the game. For those of you who are stuck in the circle around the gangs, all you got to do is just leave and come back home. Or find somewhere else to go to, come home at night, just, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be involved in this. Just as much as the ones who are involved with this, the energy you put to be involved with it, that energy could get you out of it or never even get you involved from the first place. The children of the young mothers end up coming up and seeing in these areas the kids on the corners with their pants hanging down to where you can actually see their whole boxes, the kids selling the drugs, the kids cursing, the kids smoking weed in public, rolling weed in public. I'm not saying certain things that I didn't do, and a lot of my peers didn't do. And that is the reason why I am here, because a lot of those things got me in a lot of trouble. And at times, I will let the cat out the bag about my past as time goes on and you get more involved with ericon.org. What has to happen is we have to start capturing these kids before they can be influenced by the kids on the corner. We have to start capturing the women, the ones who are pregnant. We have to set up something to where they can get all the help they need for the child, for child care, safe child care, not just anywhere. We have to set it up first before we can send them out to get jobs and to be interviewed. We have to get their minds right. We have to let them understand that the Spirit of God lives within you. You can do anything you want to be. Just get your hair done. Get your nails done. Get your gear right. Start feeling good about yourself. I know these are not the things that should make you feel good about yourself, but that is a start in today's society. Because you should feel good about yourself just because you have the Spirit of God within you and you are able to breathe to take the next step in life. Because breath is from God, the gift. You know, so what we have to do is we have to get into the minds of these women, and we have to show them that you could be the successful black woman that you want to be, that you will be taught to be. Because some women don't know what they want to be. They don't know what they should be, what they're capable of. So once we teach them the elements of not to have fear, don't fear anything but yourself. Because God lets you be your worst enemy and lets you be the best you can be in life. So you have a choice. We have to eliminate ego, because you cannot have ego and walk with God. Those two things just don't work. You have to have balance when it comes to that. We have to let you understand that no is just another stepping stone in life, because you can have 10 no's and that one yes at the 11th step could be what you've been working for. But what happens is we get to the 6th, 7th, and 8th, we normally quit. Most of us quit after the first time. So if you have a mindset to where you can do anything you want no matter what obstacles come your way, then you might have a better chance to get through in life. And we at ErikCon.org, we are going to try to initiate this for these young women who have the babies and the ones that might be in a position where the statistics are high for them to get pregnant. We have to grab them. Overall, we just want to eventually, from the men to the young women that are involved with ErikCon.org, when they leave this organization, we want them to be proud. We want them to be ready for interviews. We want them to know how to have a bank account, how to know how to read stocks, what the stock market is all about. Read the New York Times sometimes. Pick up a Business Week, Black Enterprise. We want to teach these people that you can become entrepreneurs, because that's basically what we're aiming at. Not just get a job and settle for that. We want to teach them the consequences of certain things that you might do in life, and let you understand and do the math to be sure that you know this is what I want to do in life, and you know the results from what this will be. So until the next time, I enjoyed this. It doesn't stop. This is just the beginning of ErikCon.org. I welcome all to participate. You got the web address. You got my numbers. God bless.